The Great Expanse by John Bat 426. So glad you guys could join me. As you can see, I only have one ring on because these fingers are swollen. Now, I have a manual labor job where I operate a machine. And I think because I had all week off because I was recovering from an illness, when I started back on Monday, my hand said, So that's why I only have the one ring on. Not I guess it's Shang-Chi and the 9 rings or whatever. Sorry for soiling the integrity of what this channel is by bringing that up. No, I'm kidding. That's a little overdramatic. Today's news. Warner Brothers discovery Dan Lin to be DC's answer to Kevin Feige at DC Films. Sure. Dan Lin, a veteran film producer and studio executive at Warner Brothers Pictures, not a good resume, is being under consideration for the role of president at DC Films. As stated in The Hollywood Reporter, it seems like Warner Brothers Discovery has found its head of DC. That is, former senior vice president of Warner Brothers Pictures, founder and CEO of Rideback, formerly Lin Pictures, Dan Lin. For as long as we can remember, both DC fans and cinephiles alike have been clamoring about the prospect of when can we possibly have their Kevin Feige that can do what he did for the rival company at Marvel, what the potential candidate in question can do for DC. I have honestly never asked that question. When is DC going to get a Kevin Feige? I've never asked that question. Ever. Who is Dan Lin and what's his track record? I'm glad they asked, because that was right on the tip of my tongue. Okay. Born to an executive in the international food industry in Taipei, Taiwan in 1973, Lin immigrated with his family to the United States at the age of 5. Lin received an undergraduate degree at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Ooh, that's right here in Philly. Okay, maybe we need Dan. Bias. Before earning his MBA at the Harvard Business School. It was between his freshman and sophomore year at Harvard that Lin met the renowned producer behind the G.I. Joe, Harry Potter, and Transformers franchise, Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, while at a summer internship. Okay. Lin rose to prominence from a junior executive to SVP of production under Warner Brothers, having overseen films like The Departed, love that movie, 10,000 BC, didn't see it, The Aviator, little long, little boring, Alexander, little long, little boring, anyway, and much more. Lin also oversaw the infamous canceled studio film Justice League, Mortal, set to be directed by George Miller. I have not heard of that. Lin branched out from studio executive to an independent producer to launch his own film production company that would become Rideback. Not to be confused with the former wrestler Ryback. So what happens to the current infrastructure at DC Films? According to multiple sources close to THR, if the deal is to go through, Lin would oversee both film and television projects. He will surpass 4 separate studio and division heads. Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi of Warner Brothers Pictures. Michael and Pam are... Every time I hear "and Pam," I always think Jim and Pam from The Office. But Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi are the ones that signed Matt Hughes at that big deal to keep him around for future projects. So they're aces in my book, according to James Earl Jones and 2.5 Men. Casey Bloys of HBO Max, and Channing Dungey, chairman of Warner Brothers Television, answering directly to WBD chief and president David Zaslav. The new position would see Lin take the place of Walter Hamada, who came in 2018 at a time when Warner Brothers and DC Films had undergone a restructuring following the critical and commercial failure of Joss Whedon's theatrical cut of Justice League, which I do not blame Joss Whedon for. They asked him to do something, he did it. Hamada, despite the controversy with Ray Fisher, is a likable person in Hollywood who was responsible for successes like 2019's award-winning Joker, which grossed $1 billion, and this year's The Batman, helmed by Matt Reeves. Okay, so Walter Hamada has 2 things under his sleeve. While nothing is quite set in stone, okay, so this is just talk. The word across filmdom that Lin replaces Hamada, his Ryback production arm, will continue to operate under President Jonathan Eyrick, and WBD may purchase a stake in the company. However, neither an official offer has been made nor negotiations are being made yet. So, short article. Kind of gives you a background information on this Dan Lin and his Rideback production company. This tells me nothing. Walter Hamada made $1 billion with Joker, and he helped helm The Batman. I think those overshadow those other movies I named that Dan Lin oversaw. The Departed, which was a fantastic movie. 10,000 BC. The Aviator. What was the other one? I don't remember. But, oh, Alexander. Alexander was not a great movie. I watched it painfully. Enjoyed one scene. But that was it. So, long movies that aren't super. This does not answer the question. Is Dan Lin the one who should be spearheading DC films and television projects? I'm sorry, Dan. It's not like you'll ever see this video, but this doesn't really say, yes, you should be doing this. That said nothing about your love for storytelling or anything about your love of DC properties. I want somebody in charge. Okay, thinking of a line from down Periscope when I said that. Whatever. But if you're going to helm something that's as beloved and as unique as either Marvel or DC or Star Trek or Star Wars or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you need to have a history with making things that have worked in those genres. Dan, you've not done that yet. I think it said you oversaw Justice League Mortal. Never even heard of it. So that's not a good sign. So, does DC even need a Kevin Feige? Like why does Kevin Feige's name and Marvel's name have to be on the edge of your tongue when you're talking about Warner Brothers Discovery? Nobody's over there saying, well, yeah, you know, Iron Man is our new Batman. Ain't nobody saying that. Or, yeah, Thor is our Superman. No one ever said that. If DC could just get 2 functioning brain cells. Yeah, I'm going a little harsh because I'm just going off how I feel. 2 functioning brain cells. You could turn this thing around. This way you don't have to put all this pressure on this Dan Lin guy. Kevin Feige worked for Marvel. It works. Dan does not need that kind of pressure. Just put a group in charge if necessary. Why not have a writing group so you can bounce ideas off of people? Why not? Why it gotta be one guy? Oh, well, he's our Kevin Feige. Boo! Get original. And you have so much material to be original with. Why do you want to be a carbon copy of Marvel? Why? I wonder if DC and Marvel hates their fans. I wonder that, because a lot of people say that, yeah, they hate their fans. But reading these things, hearing what's going on in both studios, it makes me wonder if they hate the fans. Like the old school fans that grew up with these properties that hold them dear. I'm not talking about this new era of fandom, but I wonder if they just hate their old stuff. I don't get it. I really don't. This has been The Great Expanse by John Babb 426. I usually have I'm usually more level-headed in these. But when basic ideas can't be produced, it irritates me. Anyway, come on back to The Great Expanse by John Babb 426. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you feel differently, hit dislike, hit like, write a dissertation in the comment section. Bring all your ideas. How can the DCEU be just rocketed to the moon without having to follow in the footsteps of Marvel? How can the DCEU do it? Is Dan Lin the answer? I don't know. I didn't really hear a whole lot about him being the savior of DCEU. Not from that article. So, this has been The Great Expanse by John Babb 426. I hope you guys come back soon for our next video. Hit subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, so when a new video is dropped, you'll be the second person to know, and I will be the voice. Thank you.